Welcome back to File Under Fire, a wrestling review podcast. My name is Brady. I am your host, joined by Dom
Hi guys, hi.
and Aubie, as always.
Hello. Hello.
This week, we've been doing a lot of these, no themes. Let's just bring free matches. And this week, I wanted to kind of keep that same vibe of getting matches that they're all kind of different, but I wanted something real good this week. So I said, boys, bring your 5-star matches. Just, it doesn't have to be a 5-star in the world of, people who give a crap about ratings or whatever, but a 5-star to you. I didn't research Dom's, but I think these are all pretty highly rated. Granted, Dom's has that Arena Mexico tax, so.
I love Arena Mexico.
Dude, I was loving Arena Mexico this past weekend, or Friday night, I guess, whatever you want to consider that.
Lucha is the best style ever.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll,
it's the
I'll just talk
best,
about
That
dog.
that.
was super fun to watch. That era
hmm
of CMLL production is so awesome, too.
Oh,
hmm
dude, they had it
hmm
all
Like
figured
every
out.
piece of it. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we're talking 5-star matches. I like I said, I think all three of these are pretty highly rated because I mean they're three bangers. Um, just to get into it, I mean, Aubie, you you pulled the rug out from under us a little bit. Um, Aubie had a totally different match in mind, featuring one of the competitors in his match that he
Yeah.
evidently picked. But had a different match in mind, and then Friday really came in with the old buzzer beater and said, "Hey, what if I changed my match?" And we went, "Well, we haven't watched it yet." And
Yeah.
he said, "Okay, well, I did, obviously, because he's the most prepared out of all of us because he's a real adult." And then he struggled for a bit. He almost brought a homicide related match with the retirement of homicide. Um,
And it would have been my first match from the 21st century, which I really have to ponder and
yeah,
keep in mind. It's got to
I
be
actually
really.
keep forgetting about that.
yeah. Hey, at least he's stopped bringing like random 80s Japanese matches.
Oh,
uh,
there's more of that to come. Don't
oh,
worry.
of course, that's the beauty of the pod. So you finally landed on War Games 1992. It's the Dangerous Alliance versus Sting's Squadron from WCW date 5/17/92. Um, this is this is one of those crazy War Games matches that I somehow, some way, the current WWE War Games hasn't figured out how to get this same
I've
intensity.
never seen one, but that doesn't surprise me.
Well,
It's a real simple formula.
like
And that's why it's so perfect.
I'm
That's why I wanted to change my match. I do think the first one I sent was a 5-star match, but we'll watch that later anyway.
yeah,
hmm
I'm sure.
But I started thinking about that over the course of the week, like what is a 5-star match? And the homicide match that I considered was also a War Games type match. I was like, I
Kind
think
of, yeah.
a War Games is like the coolest kind of match you can have. So all I was really kind of struggling over after that point was which War Games do I send?
Yeah, because I mean, you think War Games, right? It's like it's 10 total wrestlers, and it's what is effectively 8 consecutive hot tags. Like
It's blood,
it is
hot tags,
crazy
It is
blood.
like
fire
crack. This
ups.
is crack.
Yeah.
Crazy blood. At one point in my notes, I wrote like 3/4 of the wrestlers in this match have blonde hair, and every single one of them is bleeding. Um,
His blonde in blood is really good looking.
yeah,
Beautiful.
it is. It does look really good.
It's about as good as it gets.
hmm
Um,
And every time somebody comes into frame, it's just a blonde, bloody guy. Like,
one of the fun things I think about this compared to like now is like all the teams are just standing just around the ring. So like obviously you've never seen one of the modern ones, but now they like keep the teams like locked away in like a shark cage in
So
like
it's like elimination chamber kind of,
n-
but teams.
kinda, yeah. I mean the same rules apply of like one, everyone has to get into the ring before they can start, like before any pinfalls or anything matter. Um,
Well, then you wouldn't get all the awesome stuff of like Paulie dangerously having basketball huddles with the Dangerous Alliance and the
dude, oh,
baby faces like cheering on their dying compatriot
Hmm.
from behind the cage. That's
like
some of the best stuff.
I don't know if I ever put proper notes down for the basketball huddles, but it's such a nice detail, I think, of the like of how the match is shot. Like Paulie is truly like doing like at least like saying strategy out loud so that the camera can hear him. I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of if you pay attention to it, it's like kind of sounds like AI because he's not really saying anything. He's like, if we can get him over here, then we can get him, and then we can come back. Like he's not really
yeah,
saying
he's
anything.
not
He's
really
just kind of
saying anything, but
bullshitting for long enough for the camera to cut away.
yeah,
But it is,
but it is kind of
it still
interesting.
works.
He's like,
Yeah,
it's like okay, well, if he's on top, then you got to go in, but if we win the coin flip, like
yeah.
like he's like he's saying he's not
What if we take Bikini Bottom and push it over there?
he's not he's not saying anything meaningful, I guess, necessarily, but it's at least something, and it does kind of put over that like
No, I do. I like it. It's
it
cool.
does put
I
over
think
that
it's
like
cool.
the Dangerous Alliance is a faction, right? Like it is a faction hell like at its helm is Paulie Dangerously and I guess kind of
And like it
Medusa.
in terms of, I don't think they ever fully realized the potential, but like on paper, this is one of the rawest heel stables possible.
I mean, yeah,
I probably would
it's
agree with
what
that,
It's
ever.
Rick Rude as the leader,
Rude.
right? You got Arn Anderson and Zabisco, who at this point are teaming. I think they might already be a little bit
Rick
past
Rude
that.
is so fucking cool, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
so cool.
Steve Austin and Bobby Eaton.
Bobby eating the
I
pussy.
think it's Arn and Bobby tagging at this point, but
Even when
I mean,
Austin isn't Stone Cold, he's very fun to watch. But
He's
Sheets is awesome.
honestly, I like. There's the obvious. I mean, Austin Stone Cold era is legendary for all its right reasons. But like when it comes to like watching him as a wrestler, I would almost prefer to watch like
no,
this
Stunning Steve is awesome.
this era of wrestling matches because dude,
Well, no,
he's
yeah, of
he's
course.
working over like he is working crazy. He is the so it's
It's a perfect setting for him too, for like a convincingly dangerous but still stooging heel, much like Arn Anderson and
and I think
Larry Zbyszko and Rick
Mhm.
Rude.
starting with Steve and Barry Windham, who is a a part of Sting Squadron, which I guess this is just like a group that Sting brought together. Is that like
So they've all have been variously feuding with members of the Dangerous Alliance. Barry and Austin were feuding over the TV title,
right?
which is kind of why they start.
Hmm.
Rude has been the U.S. champ. He's feuded with Ricky Steamboat and already had one great match this year, and a little bit after this have maybe the second best WCW match of the year, Steamboat and Rude in that Iron Man. But Rick Rude's also been feuding with Sting. Um,
I mean, Sting
it
Sting
just
is the world champ at this point,
yeah.
right?
There's like an incredible TV version essentially of this match from February of '92. It's Arn, Beautiful Bobby, and Larry and Rick Rude against Barry Windham, Dusty Rhodes, Steamboat, and Sting. Right, you're missing Austin and excuse me, Nikita. But they did that in like February, so there's just like a lot of they're all feuding,
Yeah.
and there's some great matches that come out of it.
So
And Nikita had been feuding with Sting, and then he came back and was like, "My bad." And so there was some
my fault, pimp.
he left and came back, and so there was some like lingering. We did have the one
Yeah. We'll get to that.
moment of suspense there, but
So
otherwise those guys have just all been they've spent the whole year.
the
I mean, we saw the start of the Dangerous Alliance with that 91 tag.
mhm.
That's the night that all this stuff kind of starts.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it like it kind of builds the same way that 91 tag from our tag episode does, right? Like,
Yeah.
you got a lot of the
But
same guys and
this is the purpose of a war games. I don't know if this is what they do in WWE. Is it the culmination of multiple feuds to have like the ultimate blow off? Because that's what the early war games are. Right? It's like
not
all the big storylines in the company and all the big baby faces and all the big heels. Like the '87 one's got the Horsemen and
it's honestly like it depends obviously, but it's kind of more ends up being like oh, well, the top face and the top heel are feuding and then they build a team and then like and
yeah,
they kind of end up like you
specifically to get because I could probably have to do it in like a month.
yeah,
I would
exactly.
imagine. Yeah,
And like
that sounds shitty.
yeah, I mean it's not bad like in the
Yeah.
grand
It's
scheme.
it's like a spectacle match, right? It's just
Yeah,
like
it's a
spots.
lot of
Yeah.
spots and stuff. Like the women's one, they will usually always have Io Shirai in there because she'll jump off of anything with a trash can on her head. So you get stuff like that, or just like it's a lot more of a match where like wrestler comes in, does a big spot, they fumble around for 2 minutes, another wrestler comes in, repeat cycle until everyone gets in, and then they'll start like you can skip all the hot tag part, which like is honestly what makes this match great.
That's what this is all about. That's what the War Games is all about.
Yeah,
The 2-on-1 advantage, and then the babyface comes in and clears house,
the
and you
hot
get it
tag
four
entertainment of
times.
it, the hot tag entertainment of it, uh, doesn't doesn't matter. Like it
Yeah. Well, you couldn't do. I mean, they wouldn't even attempt.
yeah,
That's why it seems bad.
because
Not
like
to want to
it's
watch.
yeah, I don't know, it's fine as a spot festy, but it's no different than like any of the other current WWE gimmick matches, like
Yeah.
no different than like Elimination Chamber or uh I don't know what I was gonna say TLC. I don't think they do that gimmick anymore. Um,
I
Money in
lost.
the
I had
Bank.
to get that in.
But yeah, so get to this match specifically. Um, Steve and Barry start the match, and dude, it is a lot of like it's a really good work, right? Like for them to start. Like if this is if they just do this as a TV match, I think it's like super solid and like really
Yeah, they
enjoyable.
did. They feuded for that TV belt, so they did it a bunch in
Um,
in '92,
one
and
one
you can
thing
tell.
one thing that I think like is important I want to talk about before the like we like it's a lot of work that like doesn't go a ton of places until Austin gets busted open. But
He bleeds aloud.
one thing I want to point out is so the commentary team here is Jesse Ventura and Jim Ross.
Fucking love Jesse Ventura. Jesus
Jesse
Christ.
Jesse is like
He's the
he
best heel announcer
he's like
ever.
healing it up, right?
For
And
real.
so he keeps talking about Barry Windham's taped fist because he has what is it, his right fist
Yeah.
like taped up, and like he can't get over it, shouldn't be allowed, blah 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 blah. Just healing it up, right? And like JR's going to bat for Barry and all this
I
stuff.
was in Predator. I was in Predator.
Um and so
That's pretty good, Dom.
it is actually
Uh,
pretty good. And
Yay.
so at one point he's like I made sure to point it out. He's bitching about the tape fist and JR just goes, "Well, it's a no DQ anyway, so what's it matter if his fist is taped?" And I'm like, he makes a very valid point
Yeah,
here.
he's
Like
right. But he's still got to complain about it. You know why his fist was taped?
it's an
Bleeding like
injury
crazy.
thing, right?
Yeah, from when they slammed his hand in the car door
Oh yeah.
at
God damn
Oh
Halloween Havoc.
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's so amazing, honestly. Um,
Yeah, they used to do that. They used to have stories that have like a beginning and a middle and an end.
what do you mean? They still have that now. It's called cinema.
And they didn't last 2 weeks.
It's called cinema, Abby. Cinema. um, like I so right after like he's JR makes the point that it's no DQ. Austin hits like runs from like so Barry Windham is like in between the two rings. And Austin runs from like to the one side, hits the ropes, and then hits like a flying clothesline over
Oh, it's
like
beautiful.
both middles
Yeah.
and taking like Barry Windham like over the ropes.
And
Looks
Wyndham takes it great too.
looks so good, dude. Barry
Yeah.
Windham is like I honestly Barry Windham's a guy I'd like to get into some more because
Dude,
dude,
let's talk.
he's so good. I saw you made a Buzz Sawyer playlist, by the way. That you want to talk about
Yeah.
things that excite me, but um,
That one's fun too.
and so then Wyndham like gets Steve, throws him into the cage, and that is when Steve gets busted open, dude. And like he just grabs his face and just starts like rubbing it against the cage. And like the people know obviously like Steve by 92 is receding. And so like pretty much from this point on, he just looks like the most fucked up dude ever, right? Cuz
It's
like
a super gnarly blade
he
job.
he gets
He's like
he gets
Wyndham has blood on the taped fists.
he gets
I thought his
Punched
bloody.
him in
hand
the
was bleeding.
face.
Yeah.
Dude, he gets like super bloody. His hair like fucking alfalfa's up in the air for the rest of the match. Like, dude, he looks crazy. Um,
And he's getting pinballed all over the place.
he Barry like takes him over the corner and he says, "Oh, let's get a picture for mom" or something like that, and like starts
Yeah.
biting his face. Um, so good. This is where they go out for the coin flip, which is to decide who gets to send a wrestler in first. Is it going to be the heel team of the Dangerous Alliance or the face team of the Sting Squadron? Of course, it's going to be the heel team because that's the nature of the beast here.
Yeah, they have a remarkable winning percentage in war games coin tosses.
I wonder why.
Tails.
Yeah, and like oh damn, it's escaping me who the ref is here. That's
Isn't it Bill Alfonso?
no, the Bill Alfonso is a ref. I wrote that down later, but it's the other one with the mullet and the mustache.
Randy Anderson?
Is it Randy Anderson? Now I'm gonna.
Short guy?
I mean, yeah, they're
Yeah.
all pro wrestling refs are
Respect Randy
short.
Anderson, dude.
Dude, I
R.I.P.
just can't. I can't remember like if that's his name or not. Yeah, it is Randy Anderson for sure. Yeah, look, dude, this is. I pulled up a picture. This is an all timer picture. I'm gonna send it to the to the group chat real quick because this might be the perfect picture.
What a legend. Randy Anderson,
um,
beautiful man. Great
yeah,
referee.
dude, he's great here too. Like one of the so they start the countdown for the like little what's it called the like the guy to enter the ring, and so like they
Yeah.
have it up, and like the way that every single guy like charges into the ring, so good, dude.
Awesome.
Um,
Well, look who it is. We start with Steamboat, right? Isn't he the first?
no, the first, well, I mean, yeah, the first guy for the heel team is Rick Rude.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sorry.
so Rick Rude comes
Yeah.
in, and I mean, he's Rick Rude, man. Like he's
This is probably the best year of his career, like in ring wise. And he, of course, looks
and dude, and so,
incredible.
so Rick Rude gets in, and like he starts working him over. They start doing the double team, and Austin like hits a close. Like Austin finally comes to life again after dying basically.
Hmm.
Hits a clothesline from the middle rope, and then the 2 minutes is up for the face team to get a wrestler in, and it's Steamboat. And dude, Steamboat comes in and is just like
Fired up.
insane. Hits like double DDT, not a double DDT. He hits a DDT on each member of the heel team here, and like he uh he gets up like on Rude's shoulders and hits what I called a Frankensteiner, and like
Yeah,
it's kind of funny. Like this isn't the first time because I think Austin, like when it's just him and Barry does it where like he kind of uses the top of the
yeah. Dom sent
cage.
that pic. He like, yeah,
Yeah, he's on the monkey bars.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he
it's cool. I mean,
but
I would
like
do that too.
Steamboat kind
Punch
of
kick
does it.
somebody's ass in there.
Steamboat kind of does it here too when he's up on Rude's shoulders. So like Rude can't like can't just power bomb him down because he's got a hold of the cage. Something that I think has been lost now. Like the cages have a little too much. That's another thing with the modern day WWE version. Like there's no roof on the cage, so it's just like it's just like the
Oh, so they can jump off of it.
yeah, which like
Yeah.
cool, but like
But yeah, this is like the southern idea where it's just like you're just trapped in there
you're
with
trapped in a cage. Yeah.
people you hate the most and who hate you the
Mhm.
most.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
exactly.
a something to launch off of.
hmm Yeah, well, we're not doing that big of spots here now, brother. The
No.
biggest,
Yeah,
I think the
DDT was
biggest,
the shit back
I
then,
think the
boy.
biggest
Yeah.
spot they do in this match is maybe, I don't know. We'll get to it. There's a lot of stuff, but um, Wyndham gets back up after Steamboat comes in and hits all his offense, and then the 2 minutes is up now for the heel team to get another guy in, and they send in Arn Anderson. Dude, Arn Anderson gets in, takes out Barry, and
Oh, him and Barry
hits.
are.
Dude, he hits such a fucking beautiful spine buster on
Hmm.
Steamboat. And dude, I cannot gush enough about how much I love Arn Anderson's spine buster, specifically Arn's. Like I know it gets compared a lot. People talk about like Batista's and who's the one that does like the fuck you spine buster?
Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons, yeah. Yeah, though, like
I'm with you. It's Arn.
it's Arn, man. The way, like, it's like poetry in
It's
motion.
pretty the way he goes down with it.
Yeah, like it is one solid movement of him picking you up and also planting you back down. It is so good. Um, this is the point where Arn and Rick Rude get a double Boston Crab. So like
Yeah.
Arn like puts Steamboat like in the crab, and then Rick Rude comes over and like grabs the what would that be, the right leg I think, and so then they're like Arn is just over his back still, like fully over it, and then like just only holding like the one leg, and then like he drops him, but then like Rude holds on with the single leg. This is also the point where one, you realize that everyone has to be in before anyone can submit, and two, tap outs weren't really a thing yet because Steamboat is he's slamming the mat
Slapping the
crazy.
mat in pain.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
He's in severe pain, man.
Um,
But yeah, no, you can't. No, nothing counts until the match beyond begins.
and then
That's the period when everybody's in the ring. Then you can submit or surrender.
yeah, so then next guy in for the face team is Dustin. Um,
Dustin Hot Tag his like
dude,
pure cocaine,
crazy comes in, starts hitting all the punches, hits the bionic
dusty
elbow.
elbows.
Dude, like, and he hits that all on Arn. Then he goes straight to Steve. He hits an atomic drop that was like cool. Like this is another fun thing with like the low cage ceiling, because on the upswing of the atomic drop, Austin like rams his head into the into the cage, like in the cage ceiling, and then on the way back down takes the atomic drop. So it's like, man, he kind of gets hit from both ends there.
He bonked his noggin on top of the cage.
At this point, like Barry is bleeding. Uh, Austin is still, honestly, somehow bleeding. I don't understand it. Like he bleeds so much, dude. It is kind of
Well,
insane.
every time you see him in the background, he's getting the shit kicked out of
It's true. He's
You gotta have a lot of blood on your
him.
in your head, I think.
Anytime you see anybody and the camera cuts, somebody's just getting the shit beat out of them or getting
Uh-huh.
choked out. So sick.
like if you had like bleach blonde hair in this match, you end up getting color at some point. I think the only guy, actually, that's a lie. I don't think Sting gets color. But I mean, he has the face paint and he ends up looking like shit anyway by the end of the match because like three-quarters of it is wiped off.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so, uh, like Arn, Barry working over Arn, uh, and I like needed to write this down because he's got Arn like vertical but upside down, so his head is in between like the two aprons, and he's holding him by his feet and like ramming his shoulders down into the ring aprons like you're like a
Like Looney
yeah, like
Tunes.
a bully dunking a kid's head into a toilet. Um, like this is kind of like the point in the match where I kind of feel like there's so much stuff. Like everybody starts to get in and the rings start to fill up, like it gets harder and harder to like get to see everything, I guess is the way to
I wrote down so much happening everywhere. It's too real.
yeah. So Zabisco gets in and immediately Dustin Rhodes starts on him. And this point you kind of don't get to see anything because you only get to see that Medusa, who is at ringside and a part of the Dangerous Alliance, climbs the cage with Paulie's phone and like the big brick phone, and she drops it down perfectly to Arn, and he just clobbers Dustin with it.
That's such an awesome weapon too.
Dude, yeah, like
The
it,
giant cell phone dropped through the cage.
yeah. And
Hmm.
then like so Medusa is like standing up there, and like you know,
She's brave as fuck. I
dude,
mean,
this
she's barefooted.
she's barefoot. One, two. The cage ceiling is like extra droopy.
Because I think because back then that shit was just real chain link. They probably just like, yeah, put a big chain link fence on top. That's the roof now.
Yeah,
And they're
exactly.
like, yeah, okay, boss.
And like
They
oh,
didn't have no safety
build some
measures.
structure
I
in there,
get it.
and like yeah, you're just kind of standing on like the droopiness and like hoping you don't fall through, which is insane. And so she gets up there and she's just kind of standing up there, but then Sting comes up after her, and like I don't know what Sting is like. What would Sting even do to Medusa on the top of the
Throw her off the
cage?
cage like Cactus Jack, bro.
Dude, could
Or
you?
Mankind.
Uh,
Scorpion Deathlock on the top if
Yeah.
Sting hurts her
Scorpion
face.
Death Drop off the top of the cage.
Oh
oh
my
my
god, yeah,
god.
kill both of them.
Yeah, just die. Hey, you know what?
I mean, it would be a memorable moment.
AEW Sting would have done that shit, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Old man Sting wanted
Yeah.
to jump off everything, so he like would have been like, "Can I get something to land on?" Been like, "Okay, cool, got it." Um, yeah, dude. He like she immediately like what she sees Sting starts climbing back down, and this is where I get lied to by the commentary because they say, "Oh, I think we're gonna, I think they'll put Koloff in. I think we'll put Koloff in. Like he want to keep the world champ like as fresh as possible, and
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
yeah, it does make sense. But then they don't. They Sting is the guy who goes in next, and
The
so
bold decision.
he gets in and like hits Arn with the bulldog. Uh, and then he gets Rick Rude and he like gets him up in a military press. and he starts military pressing him into the
Oh my
ceiling
god.
of the
Yeah.
cage. Dude,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
and
was
that's cooler than anything you could do off the top of the cage,
dude,
man.
I was like, dude, you can't do that anymore. There's no one
No.
would think of that. Once again, they don't put roofs on it, and even when they do, the roof is way too fucking high. This like is so smart. Like use your
And the crowd
surroundings.
is going bonkers.
Oh
Of
yeah,
course, they're going
the
bonkers the whole
crowd
time,
like
but
is bonkers this whole time. Every time a new wrestler enters the ring, they go crazy. It doesn't even matter if it's the heel team. They go crazy. Like the
this shit starts popping off.
the crowd is into everything here. It's honestly amazing. Um, then like after that, he throws Arn into the cage. Arn gets busted open. Uh, he backdrops like Steve Austin into the cage.
Oh, that's so gnarly. He gets like trapped.
Yeah, he like, dude, he kind of like launches him into it. I'm like, damn, that's kind of an insane bump to take. Um,
Everything sucked back then to take, I'd imagine.
yeah, I mean that's real. And so this is another moment where it's like once again like you can't focus on one thing because everything is happening. And because everything is happening, you miss so much. And then then the next guy for the heel team is Bobby Eaton, and he comes in and is like immediately goes to just whoever he can find. And this is the first point where you see that Larry Zbyszko is trying to take the turnbuckle off of like the top turnbuckle off. And like he doesn't have like a wrench or literally anything to turn it. He is turning it by hand. And so
Got that old man strength, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He
he's
trained with Bruno.
yeah, Bruno
He could probably take the whole ring apart with his
dude,
hands.
Bruno was probably like that's probably his training with Bruno was you got to
Yeah.
take the put together the rig and take it apart by hand.
Palm strike the ring until you go through it.
um so like he gets it loose, but he can't like he like starts to loosen it, then Rick Rude comes over, he can't get it loose, then like eventually like the faces start like whoever's like over there, they come over, hit him real quick because that's what makes sense, right? And so he he like they get it kind of loose, but they don't get it like all the way off. And then like so then like a lot of different working goes on for a bit, right? Uh like at one point Zabisco's standing on Dustin's throat, and then
Everybody's bleeding everywhere. Everybody's getting the shit punched or choked out of them.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Complete.
we get Nikita in. He's the last member, right? And he comes in and immediately like goes after Arn, throws him in the cage, and you get this like stare down moment between Sting and Nikita Koloff, and it's like you were talking, obviously, like Nikita, was feuding with Sting, left, blah blah blah, all that stuff, and so it's like this moment where you're like, is he really like, does he really care about this team, or is he just doing this as a means to an end to try and get the world championship from Sting? And then you get this stare down, and he puts up the hands, they high five, they hug, and then they go fucking
And then no,
crazy.
Nikita saves his life.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Arn like
Throws himself in front of the train.
Austin and Arn are coming to.
Nikita, awesome. Death to America. Kill all Yankees. That's how
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
And
I love Nikita.
so he throws Sting to the side. Arn and Austin come after him, and then they like start working him over, and dude like Rude like tries to come in, breaks it up, which doesn't doesn't really help. He goes back to the top rope. We get a stinger splash from Sting, and then get him in the Scorpion Deathlock, but then Bobby Eaton breaks that up. The top rope finally it finally comes loose because I don't know if it actually comes off the way it should.
Yeah, I think they just say like, "Fuck it, we'll just use it like this."
Well, like it eventually, like it just like comes apart in pieces. And so then Bobby Eaton immediately goes over because it's a vital part of this match and a vital spot, right? So like he goes over and starts putting it back together. And another great Jesse Ventura call, he says that Bobby Eaton is trying to put the ring back together. Like he's trying to be the noble guy to put it back together, do the right thing, and JR is just like, I don't think so. I don't think he's just in it for ring maintenance.
Yeah.
Dude, and then like we get a cut to Nikita Koloff just ramming Austin's like bloody ass head into the turnbuckle. Um Dustin's got Zabisco in a figure four, and then it gets broken up, and then this is where Zabisco gets the turnbuckle. Eaton picks it up first, but then Zabisco takes it from him and has Bobby like kind of get Sting behind the arms, and then Sting ducks and he hits like baseball swings this turnbuckle into Bobby Eaton, and
And it's perfect. It's such a perfect, beautiful little
and
Mhm.
piece of business there.
Sting gets Bobby Eaton down in the arm bar, and he submits. And this is where I put, oh hey look, it's Fonzie, because that he's the one that calls the match finally. Um, so and dude, the match ends, and like the crowd like doesn't fully like know, I guess, because I mean,
Yeah, people always say like, I think there's a criticism of almost every War Games match. It's like, oh, the ending is kind of flat, like it kind of comes out of nowhere. But like that's necessary because there's so much action going on and so much crazy stuff going on. They're taking such crazy abuse that it.
yeah, like it kind of like it's hard to.
And I love the finish being Larry like being a buffoon.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And so then like it's like your winners, Sting's Squadron, like dude, the crowd erupts. They go fucking insane.
Yeah,
And like
so good.
and then like you get some fun little post match here too with like all of the Dangerous Alliance like trying to like blame Zabisco, and then like I don't remember who it was. It might have been Bobby Eaton, but he's like getting ready to like swing on him or something, and then like he like turns around. And they're like, "Oh wait, no, 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 no!" Like he's like, "It's my fault. I'm sorry. I was trying to take out Sting. Like
Yeah,
I didn't know this could happen. You know? Like
he got kicked out. He got kicked out of the Dangerous Alliance.
yeah,
Sorry, guys.
um,
Spoiler.
dude,
But yeah, it's one of the best matches ever.
Dangerous Alliance, so fuck with you, bitch.
it is the perfect kind of like 5-star match, I think, because like you said, and you have always said, it is it is just all consecutive hot tags. Like that's what makes it good, right? Like even when it's like
Yeah,
the heel team gets
and
the
it's
two,
bloody.
even when the heel team gets the 2-on-1 first, right? Like it's like the face is up, and then it's like, oh well, here comes the heel, and they get the hot
Yeah.
tag, and they start working them over, and then
Yeah, well, you get like a little mini. You get a mini shine every time the babyface comes in the ring. When you
Yeah,
get like
it's
you get
wrestling
like
crap.
it's just it's like a bunch of Southern tags like stacked on top of each other.
which I mean
The
makes
best parts of them.
makes sense, right?
Mhm.
Like that is, I mean,
And it's Garrett. You get 2 minutes of heat,
hmm
and then you get Dustin Rhodes or somebody,
yeah, you get
coming in
whoever,
in house like the coolest wrestlers ever.
yeah.
Ricky
It's
Steamboat.
fucking great. Yeah,
Dude,
great format.
Yeah,
Steamboat is so good too, like in this,
I
right?
love Steamboat.
He is like so good at, and like I feel like it does suck because like after his shine, he kind of gets like lost in the shuffle a little bit. He probably is just trying to,
yeah. This rewards a rewatch where you go watch what's going on like in the background, kind of.
yeah, exactly. Like you can watch this match probably 5, 10 times and find something new each time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like I pointed out like the the Arn getting bounced like a kid getting his head dunked spot, but like later or like after that spot, uh, I think it's Zabisco. Like they're he's getting worked over in that like same manner, but they're like it's two guys and they're like splitting his legs apart.
Yeah.
Which you get a great call on commentary of they're trying to make a wish and it's not even Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, Wishbone baby.
Which was that one popped me too, right? So like that was that was really good. Um moving on.
Yeah, this is like it's very there's a lot going on, which we're going to Dom's next, right?
Yeah, and
Dom's is like the polar opposite version of a 5-star, where it's just like the tightest shit
yeah,
of,
it
of
is
The
all time.
tightest fun shit ever.
yeah, it is just the tightest tag match you can possibly have and I think that's
It's like a perfect TV match
mhm.
with unbelievable wrestlers.
Yeah, so it is Rey Bucanero and Ultimo Guerrero versus Hijo del Santo and Negro Casas from
Yeah,
CMLL.
so
It
for
is
what it's worth, like my favorite lucha tag team or tag team in general, which is Buccaneer and Guerrero.
so good, by the way.
Yeah, I love them.
I mean,
And then also the only two contenders I bring to like the greatest wrestler ever conversation, which is Santo and Casas, because man, there's not many wrestlers more fun than them to watch when they're in their stride. You know what I mean? They're
yeah.
fired up doing their shit. They are pure electricity. This match
And
is so
they're
good.
doing awesome shit, and they're
Mm-hmm.
violent as hell,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and they're the pace is going. Oh man,
it's a
yeah.
great fucking pace.
Dude,
This match.
uh, like that's the thing is like Santo and Negro Casas are like two of the best ever as opponents, and so then like you make them a tag team, and dude, it is just
The chemistry's insane. They
Uh,
are.
that the feud they had with Bestia Salvaje and Shocker Jr. when they won the tag titles is like one of the best feuds I've ever seen. I don't think that one gets talked about enough. And
I
this
gotta
one is
watch that.
awesome too. Yeah,
uh,
but
I do
yeah,
I do want to point
I mean,
out
you're putting Negro Casas and Santito in a tag team together, of course, but it's crazy stuff.
Bucanero and Ultimo Guerrero come out to "We Will Rock You."
Yeah, fucking. They had awesome entrance themes. We will rock you, baby.
Dude, it immediately made me be like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm
It's gonna
ready."
be a good match. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then like Santo
You
and
guys know their tag team name?
it's
Oh,
a
It's the Infernales, right?
Not at this point. At this point, they're Los Guerreros del Infierno,
yeah,
Okay.
Warriors from Hell.
That's so fucking cool. They're so
Warriors from
cool, bro.
Hell coming out to We Will Rock You. Yeah,
yeah.
Of course.
doesn't get much cooler than that.
You can tell that they're the Rudos, but like they are like favorites. The crowd
They're the
fucking
cool
loves them
Rudos.
every time I watch them. Yeah.
Um,
They're like the guys that the drunk people cheer for. They're like, "Fuck you, Mystico! Fuck you!" Awesome.
um, and like it's also kind of like it's a good representation I think here, right? Like this is 2002. It's the I didn't say the date. It's a 5/31/02. Um, and this is like a good.
It's a tag title match for
Mhm.
It is a good
Cassis and Santito's titles.
it's a good like explanation I think of like this being a good transition period for CMLL because like you have uh Bucanero and Ultimo Guerrero being like the more modern guys and they come out to a specific like rock very popular rock song they kind of look a little more modern, right? Like they don't have like the capes or the classic style gear, right? Like they feel more modern versus Santito and Casas are
Old
very
school.
classic, very old school. They don't
Yeah, especially with their entrance themes. Yeah,
yeah,
I like his
they
Assassin's little guitar.
And it that's kind of the story of it too, like in terms of the actual storyline, right? Because Cassis and Santito won the titles, and they held them for like 400 days, and then
Yeah.
Santito left, and then Los Guerreros del Infierno won the titles
Hmm.
in their absence, and they came back and took them. So it's like it is a younger generation versus an older generation
Yeah, and
like
like
deal.
they come out like Casas and Santito come out separately too, which is
Because they're stars, baby.
right. Like it's cool. Like it's kind of like I said, it's just kind of this all cool little build up, right? Of even though it's just the entrances, you already start to get that feeling.
Everything about the presentation is perfect. We talked about that before we started recording. This era of we talked about it at the beginning, right? The presentation here is just perfect.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
The graphics.
CMLL in 2002 is, or even like just the early 2000s is like maybe the perfect
Some of the
TV
most
product.
aesthetically pleasing stuff you can watch.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of the scantily clad women and a lot of the things that are
I didn't
violently
notice.
early 2000s. But I mean, even with that, right? It's like they know what kind of audience they're pointing to, right? Like it's the what is it? The like 18 to 23 or whatever demographic.
Yeah,
Um,
it's no different from like the Nitro Girls or
yeah, or like literally anything that was going on Raw or SmackDown.
yeah,
Like, I mean,
yeah,
bra and panties matches existed for a reason. Um,
yeah. That stuff's worse than
yeah,
yeah
honestly,
CML stuff. Yeah, so much more exploitative. But yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of par for the course of this era.
But so they uh they get in, and the start of the match is Santito and Ultimo Guerrero, and dude, the way that Ultimo Guerrero gets Santito to his stomach is like is so cool. He is the power guy, which I mean, even if you still like if you watch him wrestle today, he is still the power guy. But
But
here,
if you've not seen him when he was young,
dude,
rectify
he
that.
is rocking and rolling here. He is ready, dude. He like they starts working the limbs, starts doing all this stuff. And then like Santo like he does the thing where he gets uh he gets Ultimo Guerrero's head like pinched between his legs, and he spin like rotates his whole
I
body.
fucking love I
Dude,
fucking
Yeah,
love Santito leg spots with the
yeah,
head
dude.
scissor stuff.
dude, and it's so
And like
crazy too.
literally everything he does in this match is spectacular. Every
He's so
piece of
good.
Santito offense in this match is like
He's
makes
just
you
I mean
stand
he's
up
the
off the
fucking
couch.
best.
Yeah.
It literally it's pure electricity in a person. I
But it
mean,
starts there, yeah, with that. And I love that neck wrench thing, man. It looks so
Dude,
brutal.
and like he does it multiple times, right? Like he doesn't like he does it once, and then like he keeps the control, and like Ultimo Guerrero gets back up and he does it again to him, and like it looks so good. Um and then I wrote down we definitely missed something because it cuts to the crowd, and then
oh then immediately
when
it's
it comes
Cassas
back
getting kicked,
it's
right?
it's
Yeah.
Bucanero with Negro Casas and arm control.
I can't say that fucking word right. I know they're gonna start talking about it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's
Nah, it's
Yeah,
because
I
he's
don't know.
saucy, dude.
because
He's
he's
saucy, bro.
saucy. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. Like
He
Sauce.
is.
this is, we talked about him a few weeks ago, right? But like this Negro Casas is a much different wrestler than the one we talked about in that Apuestas. Like he
Mhm.
is he is much more fleshed out here. He knows who he is, and
He's the guy.
he's been doing it for years now, right? Like he is very firm in his footing, and he's
But in both of them, he's violent as hell.
oh yeah,
Yes.
He's an underrated, like,
Violent
just
guy.
beat the shit out of you guy. Yeah.
both
Mhm.
Everybody knows that
him and
Santito
Santito
is
are
that way, but
yeah,
yeah.
but it's kind of crazy because like I feel like some of the most violent Santito stuff is against Negro Casas,
Yeah.
Yes.
and so like
They bring that beast out in each other.
hmm
They're just perfect pairing.
but yeah, so like it cuts. I just assume like I mean this was a TV match, right? So like they weren't uploading these things anywhere, right? Other than like whenever it was airing on
Yeah,
Deportes or whatever.
and they were taped.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Pretty
so
sure by
like
this point. At this point, they were still taping.
and so
But
like
I don't think you miss
you're
much.
probably not missing much. It's probably just
Yeah,
a bit more work
because there's no
between
fat on this thing.
mm-mm.
No fat at all gas, baby.
And
Yeah.
so like like Guerrero tags in. He like takes over the arm control, but then like Negro Casas like pretty much immediately like kind of fights out of that arm control like as soon as Ultimo gets it, and then he like they get into like a little exchange, and then Negro Casas gets a like a really nice kick that I needed to note because I was like, oh that looks so good. And then he like goes for the pin, and then like Rey Bucanero comes in, breaks it up, and then as soon as he does, like he gets kicked, and then Santo hits a dive into Ultimo Guerrero, who's like as going right after Negro Casas, and like uh it's all this like back and forth, like really quick work. Um,
No fat at all.
Santo puts in like the camel clutch on Ultimo Guerrero, which gets broken up by Bucanero, and then Casas like ducks like uh,
Also, like, no one else in Mexico does the camel clutch besides him, because that's just his move
yeah.
at this
Well,
point,
yeah,
right?
until he gets one. He calls that the. I'll probably mispronounce this. La de a caballo, which means man on horseback.
That's
That's so
crazy.
Yeah,
fucking
That's
tough.
tough, dude.
yeah, and that's how they first fall ends. That
Yes,
they take their own
Mhm.
finishers.
Yeah,
maneuvers.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's very awesome.
so
Ray Bucanero hits the
the
Tope de Cristo and he throws him in the clutch,
mhm
and Ultimo Guerrero gets the La Casita on
on
Negro
Negro
Casas.
Casas,
Which
yeah.
you forget that is the Casas move. Cause whatever. I don't care.
House. Just say house.
Yeah,
No one cares. If they care, they can eat a dick.
Yeah.
that's true.
And so so like, in the first fall, go to commercial. I assume what we see with the little like girls thing here is like the bumpers for like the commercials. That's what like I've always assumed it is. I can't speak good enough Spanish to understand what
What are you talking about?
the so like after the first fall ends, they have like the like dancing girls behind what like the
Oh,
like
I didn't notice that.
pane glass window. I just
I just missed
assume
that.
that those are like the bumpers of like, oh, you're watching CMLL blah blah blah,
Yeah,
and then like
first fall to second fall.
yeah, and then they come back, which like dude, so that's always one of the things that annoys me the most about TV wrestling is when it's like you get to the main event, you're real excited, and it's like, "We'll be right back." And so then like like there's just a solid like 5 minutes of commercial where they're just doing fuck all, like
Hmm.
because they know, and so you're like, whatever. It's the beauty of like how lucha is aired. You get that whole first fall, and then you come back from commercial, and it's the start of the second fall. You didn't miss any wrestling, like,
Thank God,
eh,
because this shit was sick.
Yeah, thank God we didn't miss nothing.
and then so start of the second fall, uh, Santo like starts beating up Rey Bucanero and then gets him to the outside and does a like a diving Hurricane Rana. And then as he goes out of the ring, Ultimo Guerrero and Negro Casas get in the ring, and then like they kind of have a little bit of a face off, and Rey Bucanero like is like, oh, don't worry, like I got this. And so he goes around and like gets in the ring, and Ultimo Guerrero like tries to like slingshot him over himself into Negro Casas, but Negro Casas just like jumps up and basically just hits like a drop kick while leaned against the ropes. Like
That's
he
awesome.
gets his feet up so high. It's kind
And
of
then he gives him a
crazy.
real drop kick. Yeah, he
Mhm.
smokes him with this thing.
And then he hits the drop like the real drop kick, and then Santo dives. Like so,
Effortless
Ray Bucanero is like
when
laying
Santito moves.
Ray Bucanero is like laying in the corner, and so Santo like dives onto um he like dives onto Bucanero and then like rolls through and then on like into Ultimo Guerrero and then like goes like up and over and like gets him into the pin and then like Casas pins Ray Bucanero and immediately quick second fall.
Yeah, it's so
Oh
fast.
yeah, that's what Manami Toyota does though. She does the running like code red shit.
Yeah. Not
That's an awesome move.
dude.
Well, Santito does a bunch of stuff that starts with him like flipping up your body,
Mm-hmm.
like from
Mm-hmm.
like a power bomb style position. He'll just like roll up you.
Yeah, that's
And then
so
roll
good.
back
Yeah,
down.
The
Yeah.
he
best.
does a cutter from that. He does all
That
kinds
is
of
the
stuff from that.
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, it's so
He
it looks unbelievable every
he
time,
does the
man. He's
cutter
so
late,
good.
like in the third fall, right?
I think
Yeah, and
so.
this is not the best one he's ever hit, but it's still awesome.
Um,
It's so good.
Yeah, that's one of the
dude,
coolest moves ever.
immediately, like as soon as the third fall starts, Ultimo Guerrero's like on the outside, like asking for time, which I thought was very funny.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
he's been watching
how
his Larry Zabisco tapes.
yeah, I love how the first fall they celebrate like they won the whole goddamn thing. Bro, you got two more falls. They're hugging and jumping and
Yeah,
shit.
and they pay
Buccaneers,
for it,
awesome.
right?
They did just pin Negro Casas and
Yeah, right. That is true. They're
Elio
like,
Del
holy
Santo.
fuck,
Yeah, like
holy fuck, we did
we're
it.
still in it, right?
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, they get in, they get back in and uh Casas like good like or no, they don't get in. I'm lying. They That's when they get out and like Casas like you the camera stays on Negro Casas. And he like starts attacking Ray Bucanero and dude, he is like beating the shit out of him on the outside here. Like he is going
He
crazy.
lays shit
He
in.
smokes him, yeah.
And then like he brings him around the ring and that's when like him and Santo like whip Bucanero and Ultimo Guerrero into each other.
Oh yeah, awesome.
And then they like they go to put him in the ring and they both climb up on the apron and then Ray Bucanero and Ultimo Guerrero pay it back and they grab Santito and Casas's heads and like meeting of the minds ram them into each other
Hmm.
and
It's very fun.
dude so good like such a fun way to start the third fall. um then like Ultimo Guerrero like gets Casas and he uh like pulls him up and over, and then but Ray Bucanero like hits an elbow like an elbow drop across his chest,
Hmm.
and then he like pulls him like again to where he's like hung off of it, and then he like jump like basketball dunk contest jumps over Ultimo Guerrero and like hits what I could only really call is um like a
I'm about to flying ass
splash.
drop.
Yeah, I mean I don't is that what it is? I mean he does kind of just
I
like
wrote
What
down
where he
flying ass
holds them on
drop.
where he holds them on the ropes?
yeah, and he like jumps over Ultimo Guerrero's
Yeah,
shoulders.
that's just a spot they do a lot. I think watching their other matches, they do this shit a lot.
It looks I mean dude, don't get me wrong, it looks good. It does like but like you're kind of like of all the things like you could do I don't know like you never really know what you're expecting there, but it's all like it's still cool. Um Casas and so like he's getting getting Casas like worked over, but then like Cometa hits or I said Cometa because I kept writing down Ray
Uh-huh.
instead of Bucanero because it's a lot easier to type out Ray. It's
Yeah.
not Ray
100%.
Cometa. Um Foos will get a kick out of that one. But Ray Bucanero hits a splash onto him, hits a splash onto him, and then like Ultimo Guerrero like gets his like takes Casas's leg out from under him, and then kind of moving ahead here, Santo like gets in the ring and they're working him over, and Ray Bucanero like locks him into a headlock. They hit a like a double team face buster on him, and then
Fucking so awesome. I love everything they do.
dude, so they whip Santo into the ropes. He ducks the line, and then Ultimo Guerrero like launches him up in the air, and he hits like the most beautiful drop kick ever on Ray Bucanero,
Yeah.
and then like Ultimo Guerrero like rushes Negro Casas, who throws him out of the ring, and this is the point where Santito is trying to tell Casas to move the fuck out of the way, and he dives like right past the ring post through the middle out onto I think it's a Ultimo Guerrero, and then Negro Casas gets uh
And if, as always, it's like laser aimed
mm-hmm.
and like the most awe-inspiring dive ever.
And they
I fucking love it.
dude Casas dives onto Bucanero, um, and then they get back in the ring. Negro Casas and Ultimo Guerrero are working on each other, and dude, Ultimo Guerrero tries to throw a punch that Negro Casas ducks, and I was like, oh hell yeah! They start striking it up, and
Let's get it. Mm-hmm.
so he gets Ultimo up in the corner. He goes for the Frankensteiner, but like
He gets murdered with
Ultimo
a
Guerrero
massive
blocks
power
it,
bomb
power
on that
Mm-hmm.
bombs,
hard ass CMLL
There is
ring.
no
dude,
give at all. There's no bounce.
and
He just bounces and is like, oh.
dude, so many good near falls here. This is where Santito hits that cutter you were talking about, where he like rolls up him and then
Yeah. He throws on an armbar and Ray Bucanero's just screaming for his life. I thought that was a
dude,
beautiful detail.
so so fucking good. Um, he I wrote down Ultimo Guerrero hits a reverse vertical suplex because that's the only way I could describe what he hits off the top rope here.
Like from
Oh,
a super one. A super one.
Yeah, a
that is
reverse.
that's just a
It's
shit.
so you the
A
announcer
reverse
says
superplex.
Peligro.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely says
Dude, because
Peligro.
he's like
And
so
I was thinking the same thing.
yeah, because he gets like Casas up on the or no, he gets Santito up on the corner, and like he's facing towards the ring post, so he kind of like hooks him and like flips him backwards, so it like
Yeah, this is like a video game, like
mm-hmm.
a
Move.
move you
Mm-hmm.
would give a creator wrestler.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a
And that's
top
just
rope
something
reverse.
Guerrero does. I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
So he hits that, and then uh, Ray Bucanero hits. I don't even know like what the move was supposed to be. I think it's a
I think it
power
was a power
bomb.
bomb. Yeah.
I wrote it down. I was like, this could be like three moves. This could be a power bomb.
It was probably a power bomb that he just did not get a good
Yeah, it
rotation
looks like a
on.
power bomb that just got fucked up,
It
but it's so
it
brutal.
almost kind of
Mm-hmm.
looks like a pedigree at a certain point,
Ooh, that's a good point.
and it also is kind of at the end of the day, kind of just a pile driver
Yeah.
He
because,
fucking smokes
dude, Negro Casas,
him.
It's like what you would imagine Tenryu would do to somebody if he was power bombing him off the top rope.
That's what he did to Okada in his
Yeah.
last match. He
Negro
said, "I'm
Casas
I'm
lands
I'm
on
bored."
his dome, dude. And they
Hmm.
play it up too, right? Like they do the like tried to do the stretcher job on Negro Casas, and then like
Yeah, I like when they're stretching him out and he's sticking his tongue out and shit. Go, ah, 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 ah.
he like they're like trying to put him on the stretcher, and he's like, no, I gotta get up because I like so this is the 3 count, right? Like Ray Bucanero and Ultimo Guerrero win the tag titles
Yeah,
from
that's
this.
it. They win the tag titles. Yeah.
So like
Clean.
yeah, clean. I mean, kind of. You get the stretcher job from
Yeah, it's definitely a big putting over because they do
Well,
they
yeah, I
do
mean,
raise
they
their
pinned him
hands.
clean. Yeah, they
yeah.
didn't.
I mean,
They,
Negro Casas might be dead, but like they put him over
Hey,
clean,
yeah.
it's the world tag titles on the line, brother.
damn straight. And so then like he gets up, like shakes their hands, and then like lays back down and lets them stretcher him out, which I thought was really funny. And then they do like kind of post match interviews with all the wrestlers, which is super cool. It really gives it that like kind of boxing ish feel that
Mm, yes.
or like that real fight feel, which I think is really good.
I think
Yeah.
boxing is definitely a good comparison because they have the box
Boxing
Lucha
ring.
Libre commission, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the
And
whole.
this,
There's literally pictures of El Santo holding the belt, like the WBC belt. That's awesome. Awesome as fuck.
Yeah.
yeah. And this is not a famous match, but Dom, this is a fiver,
This is a
dude.
fiver,
It's a
yeah.
fiver.
Yeah.
Dude,
I know the ones from that feud I was talking about earlier were, and I watched this stuff, but I guess I wasn't paying close enough attention because this was a
Mhm.
damn near perfect TV match.
It was one of the first lucha tags I watched on YouTube when I was first getting into lucha, and it definitely opened my eyes. I was like, this shit is so fun. This is the best style ever.
yeah.
Like, there's no fat at all. That is such a good way to put it. There's not a single wasted motion.
No, not at all.
Even though they're doing wild shit and they're executing, like I said, everything Santito does is like spectacular in some way.
I can watch him. I could probably survive off watching only Santito and Negro for my whole fucking life. You know what I'm saying? I could
Yeah.
watch them two forever, and I'm good.
Looking up, I did want to look up here the cage match stuff for around this time. Dude, some of the like he doesn't work a ton of CMLL like El Hijo de Santo.
Well, he's
Um,
not been back long. Um, when this match
no, I
happens,
mean
he left. He had like a falling out
uh,
Yeah,
that's like every
and
company
left, and
ever, brother.
yeah.
That's
But
like
I mean, he hadn't been back long by the time this match happens.
this by the way, this is not the main event of this CMLL TV episode. The main event is Mascara Magica and Shocker defeating La Legion Japonesa of Masada and Takamura, which is a
interesting.
which is a hairs
Okay.
versus hairs match.
I bet it
Masada
wasn't as
like
good as this.
deathmatch Masada?
I am checking.
I hope not.
I am checking. I am checking. Uh,
Because I was doing research, and Masada shows up a lot in like Chalonga Mask like events. It's surprising. The deathmatch one that is.
is he the one that spells his name with a Z now?
Does he spell his fucking? That would be awful. That would be very.
We're turning into Cage Match the podcast.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
shouldn't talk about Masada. Fucking
um,
bitch ass
I
deathmatch,
the
whatever.
the reason I wanted to the reason I wanted to
Masada's cool.
the reason
No,
I
he's
wanted to
cool.
find this match on Cage Match is because I wanted to see what it was rated as, and it
Oh,
has
dude, they not rate anything lucha highly on Cage Match. It's
honestly
racism.
it's not bad. So there's only 3 total votes, only 2 comments, and all 3 votes are 9. So I mean, even
Yeah,
but granted, like the 2 comments, one is from 2014 and one is from 2021. So,
people on Cage Match do not look at lucha. It's a damn fucking shame.
dude,
Well,
uh,
I mean, objectively, like fewer people are watching this
Yeah,
stuff,
very
but the
much, and they're
people who
all
are
missing out.
watching it will,
Understand?
man,
yeah, it's a
honestly
great
though,
match.
like if we're if we're unearthing this match for more and more viewers potentially, I think more people need to watch it. More people need to watch Santito stuff.
More
Um,
people need to
Yeah,
just
just
watch
watch all of
random
it.
lucha. Watch random lucha on YouTube
dude, I
because there
love
are so many crazy matches uploaded in full.
yeah because CMLL like unless it's like past a certain point, CMLL does not give a crap about
Right?
any of their stuff being uploaded to YouTube. Obviously, like there's some of their more like if you're uploading anything from the last like 5 years, they might be a little more stringent, I'm sure. But like all this great stuff from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s stuff that like is all so good is all just free on YouTube and like because most of it is all just like stuff random people in Mexico like put on VHS tapes because they liked lucha and wanted to, keep it. And so then Roy Lucier buys a box of fucking VHS tapes and then puts it all on
Yeah, man.
YouTube.
Yep. Thank
And
God for that.
yeah, and like I mean that's
Yeah,
what's
it can be. It's the barrier to entry can be high because like it's really hard to watch anything in order
There's
or
a
like
lot of
know
trios of like the
know where
same
to like really
people.
dive in. But
Mm-hmm.
that's
yeah.
also awesome because you just dive in
Yeah, it does
and
like it
like
can
you
be
never know there's gold there. You can it's one of those where you can just put one on an old match from this time and it might end up being like one of the best matches you've ever seen.
yeah, like
100%.
you can just like you said, you can just turn stuff on and you'll just see like you'll even just get to see crazy ass moments too sometimes. Like one of my favorite ones, it's a match I need to probably bring to the pod where Perro Aguero Jr. gets like vertical suplexed on the ramp and his like knee gets like wrapped around like little guardrails things that are like on the
That's
side of the
awesome.
ramp. Oh, dude, it's crazy. Um, moving on, my pick of the week, keeping it short still. I'm trying once again. I'm trying to earn the love back. Trying to give you guys some short
No, I would have watched an hour of this.
not some
Straight up.
short palatable matches. I think, but I don't think this match is as fun if it's not the
No,
crazy
no,
ass
of
sprint that it
course.
is. It is Matsukatsu Funaki versus Tetsuya Nakano from UWF Newborn 7/24/89.
Ridiculously good this match.
This match, so I found this match via Joseph Monticello like made a
Yes,
YouTube video about it.
he was gushing about it.
And I went and like I watched he made a video and it's like a clip from his stream of him watching it. And like so then it like the match itself is clipped and I was like I'm just gonna go watch this whole match and just experience it for myself because I watched like 5 minutes of that and I'm like I just need to live this, right? Dude, like the first time I watched it, it had me hooting and hollering. And now anytime I want to show somebody wrestling, I'm like, dude, you need to watch this fucking match because this
Yeah,
shit is insane. Um,
it's one of those matches that's so great you almost like take it for granted.
yeah,
Like I've seen this before and it's been a long time and I like intellectually knew, oh yeah, that match is so sick. But then when I actually put it on, when you said that was your match, I was like, oh yeah, it's like this is one of the best matches ever.
dude, it starts so perfectly too for like the intensity level. So they come in, they're getting the rules explained, and Funaki puts out his hand for the handshake, and Nakano like kicks his hand away, and immediately Funaki starts throwing these open palm strikes and Nakano's like hitting him back. Dude, they're going insane with
And the
strikes.
sound on these things is nuts. And the
Oh my
sound from the
god.
crowd is like nothing you've ever heard in your life.
Dude, I don't know I probably should have looked what building this is.
It's Takata Star Lanes.
So like it is there's no way this is not packed to the fucking gills by the way that this sounds. Cause
Yeah.
it is insane,
It's
dude.
a fucking bowling alley. But
It
it sounds like the Tokyo Dome.
yeah. Like and it's I kind of love that it is kind of shitty looking. Like
Yeah.
it's dark, it's kind of shitty, dingy looking, which really helps the like Fight Club esque atmosphere here.
Hmm.
Um, dude, so like Funaki is the one who like gets the better of like the initial strike exchange, and Nakano like immediately just falls down and like holds on to his leg, like he's like
Yeah,
trying
this
to
whole
pull
thing
his
feels
leg out.
very uncooperative.
Yes, that's so good.
It is, I mean, like that's the thing, right? Like it is shoot style, and it like I don't know who wasn't playing ball, but it definitely feels like one of them wasn't playing ball.
No, I think it's just the natural storyline consequence and the heat in the building.
No. Yeah, 'cause
Like,
I'm,
like
I mean, Nakano has his
Nakano was in the original UWF and is like the ultimate underdog guy
dude. The
for very
crowd
obvious reasons. When
crowd
you
is
watch him, they love
so
him.
crazy behind him here
And
too.
Funaki is like, this is only like his fourth match
Fun-
in UWF.
Funaki,
So,
it's
but
so
he's
it's
like,
so
and he
funny
hasn't
too.
won, but he's like, he's the golden boy. You know, he's handsome and he's like shredded and he's
I mean, he looks great
technically
here,
gifted.
and like like he's still wrestling, right? And like you see him now, and he just looks like an old like Japanese man. Like
Except he's still in this shape
yeah, but like here, dude,
and he's
he's
orange.
got that fucking flowing ass hair. Um, like and like Nakano has the fucking Elvis like slick back pompadour going.
One of the
Uh,
coolest looking wrestlers ever.
Ever.
and so like
And one of the most like instantly sympathetic guys.
he
He's
like
just such a great underdog. Even
he
when he's
Nose
being a prick.
explosion.
dude he yeah the
Yeah, he's
fucking
got
nose
the machine
explosion
nose.
here. Ah, dude.
That just sends it to another level.
So he like
Like the
he
heat.
gets him down. They're slapping, dude. They're slapping the shit out of each other. Nakano goes for I don't even know if it's a like if he's trying to do like a vertical suplex. It ends up being a DDT, but
Oh, when he does like the butterfly suplex attempt, he just like I don't know, he
he
like
did
sprawls or something.
he just kind of like DDTs Funaki, and Funaki just no sells it and
Yeah,
like gets up and just starts like slapping the shit out of him. Uh,
so fucking
and
awesome.
like he like kicks him, like soccer kicks him in the fucking head, and then he like Nakano gets up and he like goes to kick him in the head again, and he like catches a kick, and he goes for the dragon screw, and Funaki like just looks down at him like, fuck you think you are, Great Muda, bitch? And just starts like kicking the shit out of him and stomping his fucking head. Dude.
It's
More
really
wrestling needs head stomps. Yeah,
yeah, this is like a obviously a pure shoot style fed at this point,
Yeah.
89, but like this is like proto Bachi Bachi.
Mhm.
This is like what Ikeda and Ishikawa are going to be doing to each other in like 10
Yeah.
years.
Dude.
The sounds are the same,
And
just the nastiness, the stiffness.
so this whatever I don't I mean you don't know what it is exactly. I assume it's probably when he starts stomping his head. Um but that's like when his nose explodes. And
that I mean it's brutal as fuck.
I didn't notice. You don't notice it. I didn't until it's dripping on
it's yeah, until it's like
Funaki's arm.
dripping on Funaki's arm, and dude, it is leaking.
Yeah.
And like the doctor like gets in and like stands them both up, and like Nakano's like, no, you're not taking me out of the match. I'm fine. I don't care that my nose is bleeding. I'm fine. Like he's just pleading with him. And so the doctor finally is just like, okay, fine. He gets out, and they
That's when the crowd reaches like
yeah,
this fever pitch of insanity.
yeah, fever pitch of insanity because Nakano puts one finger of over one nostril, shoots a bloody ass snot rocket, does it to the other
Fucking
side.
stock rocket. Ugh.
Dude, oh, it's so disgusting, but it looks like it's such a badass moment. It's like I don't care that my nose is bleeding. Fwa, fwa, and just like let's go. And immediately like they start like just like going in on each other. Uh and like start trading strikes. Nakano gets the upper hand, gets a headlock takeover. Uh
Wrestling.
and like dude, the Nakano, like you said, Albie, like the Nakano chants are deafening. So fucking deafening. Like you can't go anywhere without hearing Nakano, Nakano. Dude, like it is so good. Um they get like they get like ankle picks, like both get ankle picks here on each other. And like they're at one point they're both just kind of sitting there with like holding like the leg, like the calf basically, and just like pulling back on the toe. And then they like they kind of sit up and they like kind of slap fight some more, and then it kind of like gets up and like
And
starts.
the slap fight, understand that they're slap fight does not mean they're like
Yeah, it's not.
weekly.
No, it's not like
They're starching the piss out of each
yeah.
other
Nakano
over and over.
hits some like fucking nasty kicks, and like and that's the first time that like Funaki gets knocked down, and like that's the first time you get the 10 count. Um and like so he starts getting the count. He gets up. Nakano gets another headlock takeover, hits and like goes for a Kimura, can't get it. Transitions to the armbar. Uh Funaki like sits up and then like starts like kicking the fuck out of his head again, dude. Just going crazy. Uh he like sets up for a side like suplex, can't get it, like wrestles with him a little bit, then he gets it and like kind of gets up and
Yeah, and they do. That's another way. It's like the proto bachi bachi because they hit some pro wrestling moves.
mhm.
They're hitting some like
Yeah, like
suplexes.
headlock takeover, side
Yeah,
suplexes. Um
snap suplexes.
dude, he gets up and Funaki like takes him down, gets him in the single leg crab, and the crowd at this point is still so fever pitched. Like they're going so crazy because they do not want Nakano to tap. And like he gets the rope break, but then again the doctor comes in and like wants to stop the match. And like this time he's like taking a real like close look at him. One of the young boys, I don't know who it is, gets in and like has a towel and he like gets it and like Nakano like wipes all the blood off of him and like for a half second you see the towel and it isn't red. It is just red, which really I think exemplifies like how much blood is coming out of this dude's nose. Like it is fucking insane. Um, yeah, this is a like whatever gets the doctor out again, and Funaki immediately straight to the offense. Like starts giving him some like nasty leg kicks. Nakano like strikes back finally and like gets Funaki down. And then Nakano, that's when he hits the snap suplex like you're talking about. Oh my god. They start and like anytime I say that they're throwing strikes, it is full live rounds, man. They're going crazy. Um, then
I'd be going crazy too.
Nakano hits a German that looks so fucking pretty. Um, and then he like gets the single leg. Funaki rolls over and slaps the fuck out of him. And then uh Nakano like slaps him back. Um and then Nakano like hits some kicks, but Funaki like picks him up and this is like uh, he like picks him up. I guess the best way to describe it is like he's going to do an Alabama slam, but he
Yeah,
but he
it's sort of like an Alabama slam. It
he
starts that way.
he effectively does like a shoot Canadian destroyer in 1989. Like that's the only way you can describe it.
It kind of pile drives himself a little bit too.
Because yeah, because he he throws Nakano down to the mat, but he kind of jumps and rolls through. So effective.
Alabama Slammer.
It's effectively just a Canadian destroyer. But
I like the
Alabama
Alabama
destroyer,
Slammer. Yeah.
and
Canadian slammer.
he gets the Boston Crab, submits Nakano, dude. the crowd is so electric. Like, there's, the things I would do to be in that room. I don't care how hot it is, how miserable it
Yeah.
is. That
Funaki's like covered in Nakano's blood.
yeah, that feeling, that electricity, like it's going through me now, sitting here talking about it, almost like what yeah, 36 years after this, right?
Yeah. And like this is in a shoot style promotion and like stylistically, yeah, it's like a shoot style match, but this is just like a crazy awesome brawl.
Dude, it's a
Like
full course.
sprint.
Um, it's the best shoot fight you've ever seen. Um, this is better than any UFC fight. I don't care. The crowd makes it, I think. The blood is so fucking good.
Oh, it's the crowd and the wrestlers feeding off each other, and then there's just like a perfect storm of the nose blood and all that, of course, and yeah, it's
Dude,
just a magical thing.
this, I mean, like we said, like these are three certifiable 5-star matches. They all get to that point by doing something different, which I think is really cool. Like it's the War Games match is that hot tag. It's that feeling and that pop and how crazy everything is,
And the
right?
intensity of the feuds and
Yeah,
the spectacle, yeah.
the lucha tag match is tight and it's fun and it's like it's electric the whole time and like such good work. And then
Yeah, it's like technically spectacular.
the shoot match is just pure unadulterated like violence and it is amazing for it. Um I we could do so many 5-star episodes and I would have probably the most fun of my life. Um, these are three matches. If you have to
Yeah,
pick
well, I already took notes on a different
on a different five
match that
star
I said
match, yeah,
first, so yeah, you're gonna get another one soon. Don't worry.
yeah, well, we may have to run it back soon to kind of get there, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, even like that match, right? Like I didn't watch it yet. I'm sure I will have to, but even like something like that match is insane. But it like at the end of the day, it's a singles match, right? Like it doesn't match that same feeling that the or it doesn't give you that same feeling the way the War Games match does.
No, that's just like for me as good as it gets.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Um.
That's what I love.
Love.
What is shit?
You know what I love? I love fucking professional wrestling.
Wow.
It's still real
Me
to
too,
me.
man.
We were making this joke in the group chat earlier of the guy, the it's still real to me, damn it, guy. And I said like the older I get, the more I understand that guy. Like, as a kid, when I coming up on the internet, like that was the meme, right? Like it was, oh, this look at this guy, that's stupid. It's still real to me. Would blah 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 whatever. No, I get it now. As a
But
24,
yeah, I
almost
was talking
25 year
about
old.
The original Nikita face turn,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, God damn,
Which I'm
that's
sure,
that real shit.
dude. I can. This might be the only match I've ever watched with Nikita Koloff in it.
Oh man,
This might be the only match I've ever watched with Bobby Eaton in it.
brother.
Um,
Well, you're just making my selections very easy, so
yeah,
keep
oh,
going.
like that's the thing is like I know a lot of these.
We will definitely. Oh, we're doing a Midnight Express.
I know a lot of these names, right? I know Bobby Eaton. I know Nikita Koloff. Um, but I've never dug into those guys, right? Like,
Yeah,
because a lot of like it's kind of like how I view everything, where it's like I have to be interested in like one of the guys that's a part of it, So like I'll always bite for like Terry Funk stuff,
Yeah,
but I'm
that makes sense.
I'm
Well,
not
that's how you discover more stuff anyway.
right.
Mm.
Um, but then like through watching stuff like that is when I find guys like Buzz Sawyer, who's an insane man. Um, and I'm like, dude, this dude's just as fucking insane and crazy. That sounds super cool.
Yeah, he rocks.
Um, yeah, I mean, there's a guy like it's not just American wrestling too that I don't understand. Like I haven't seen a ton of, right? Like, uh, I've probably only
But there's
10.
nothing wrong with that, dude. You can't see it until you see it.
I've probably only
I'll
ever
make you
watched.
watch it. Don't worry.
I've probably only ever watched like however many Tenryu matches you've made me watch.
Yeah.
So like, that's
Well,
not
that's the beauty of this.
exactly. That's the point of the pod, baby. Um, no bunky boink or no sorry, no bunky bounce is how Dom spelt it in the chat. No bunky
No bunky
bounce.
boys. No
Um,
bunky boys.
moving to the cage match game. Obby, it
I've
is.
got long reviews, but I'll try to keep it tight.
Hey, I'm all for it. I don't care how long it is. It is your pick this week. Dom still with a lead of 6 points over Obby's 5, and then my 0. Um, another week, another wrestler. Obby, what is this wrestler's overall cage match rating?
This wrestler's overall match rating is a 7.18.
Okay, 7 point
Cage rat rating.
cage rat. Yeah.
Cage rat mating.
Nailed it, dude. Fuck yeah.
7. That's Magnum TA.
Oh,
No, good
I
guess.
sure fucking hope Magnum TA isn't rated at a 7.18.
Should be
Um,
1 million.
I bet he's got a decently high rating because I don't think people would be rating him if they haven't seen him. But you never know. Oh yeah, he's good. He's
yeah,
much higher than that.
for sure, for sure. Um,
Oh wait, I think
I'm gonna.
fucking Four Pillars wanted us to open this when we got to the cage match game.
Oh no.
Somebody. Oh, I just read it. Should we bring this up?
what are you talking about the chat?
Yeah, Wolverine.
Open. Why the cage match game?
I don't know.
Why is that the point of the pod that?
That's what Ethan said when we should open that shit.
Oh, that's okay. We'll get back to.
He wanted to frazzle me. He wanted to throw me off my game.
I
Right.
I need to get thrown. I'm thrown off the game now. Who's a
7.18.
who's a wrestler? Is it Booker T?
It is not Booker T. Good guess though.
Hey,
All right.
when in doubt.
Rating number 1 is an 8.
Okay,
This is like Scholars Bowl. They start less specific and they get more specific.
got it.
Underrated legend in the industry. Had a lot of success in his career initially as a white meat babyface. His wrestling was great, and he wrestled some of the greats of the industry in memorable matches. When the times changed, he was able to change his character to a crazier and more with the times character, showing how he understood the business.
I
Is this Terry
You can go.
Funk?
It is not Terry Funk.
I
is this
hope.
Brian Pillman?
It is not Brian Pillman.
Oof.
Fuck.
All right.
All right.
Next review.
This is a 10.
Oh baby.
There are very few who were better than him in the ring. His WWF run and the way they treated him were an insult to his talents, but at least he had a great match with Bret Hart. Before then, he was a fantastic worker and was one of the best ring generals of all time with his technical ability. He had a gift for working the crowd and keeping matches hot with a great sense of timing and expressiveness. His work in the 80s is really underrated, and he constantly put on great matches.
Oh my God. The wrestlers who worked Bret Hart as like.
So fucking man.
Yeah, it's such a
Booger. It's not
broad.
Bastion Booger.
Bastion Booger would be a crazy cage match game pool, by the way. um,
I'm really trying.
Worked
I'm
some of the
really.
greats. Is it Greg Valentine?
I get a buzzer. It's not Greg Valentine. Good guess.
I was just looking at your profile picture.
That's me, man.
I could see. Like, did Greg Valentine ever work Bret Hart?
I'd imagine at least
They worked
once.
in tags.
Mm.
Can't think of one off the
Uh,
top, but probably. People are
this
probably yelling at me.
what?
Ah, dude.
There's no way this is Austin, right? No way.
No.
It's not Austin. Okay, here comes the last one. This one's long, but it's got more detail. This one is a 5.
Okay.
After watching more of his material, I finally have concluded a number rating. You will see me attempt to do math throughout this paragraph. Ratings are based upon my basic criteria of how watchable the wrestler is. A large part of me wants to give him a 2 because there is an overwhelming excess of cringeworthy, groan inducing boredom during his WWF World Title reign. Also, he was the most unlikable face ever, and even the commentary team would bury him. However, seeing him get pulverized sometimes gave us perverse pleasure, pushing him to a 6 or 7. His technical
Oh,
levels, though,
I
you got to
know.
guess?
This is Bob Backlund.
It's
Ah,
Bob Backlund.
God damn it! I was gonna say Bob Backlund too. I was just letting him
La di da di
finish.
da, la di da di da.
Motherfucker, man. I finally knew it. As soon as you said, as soon as you said like, part of,
800
WWWF.
W's.
yeah, the
Yeah. This is an
WWWF.
insult. By the way, I will kick this guy's ass.
Hold on, can we finish the review real quick?
Yeah, I'll finish it. Okay.
I'm sorry, Brady.
No, it's okay.
His technical levels, though, were rather dazzling at times and could pop a crowd out of nowhere, thus giving him an air of what will he do to get past this physically superior foe. You have to watch the whole match to find out, which would put him at a 9 or 10. Then there was his return after the lengthy absence. At first, you were compelled by this middle aged man competing against a whole new generation and crop of stars from the bottom up, only to dismiss him as a goofy looking baby boomer who had no business out there. That there starts with a 7 but ends in a 1. Even at his best underdog moments, he wasn't the best underdog. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, just get the heck off my television already.
You suck, bro.
What's so fucking bad about Bob Backlund?
I don't.
Well,
Holy fucking
he's
shit.
always had, or until recently, I think people recognize now more and more, but he's always had a reputation of being like boring or a flop,
Yeah, because he wasn't
or
Bruno.
like not over. But you
Like,
can watch the matches.
I think the problem with
They're
Bob
pretty
Backlund,
fucking awesome.
I think the problem with Bob Backlund, like, historically, is that, like, he was the top guy in between two of the best top guys ever.
Yeah, yeah, he's a placeholder.
Like, he is
I
the
mean but that narrative is like
but like
very much discounts the very high number of incredible matches he had.
that's what
And
but
you
like
can go watch. He was over.
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's the top guy between Bruno Sammartino and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Two of the biggest drawing wrestlers legitimately ever, like,
Yeah.
all time. So, like, yeah, of course he's not going to be that level. And I think it doesn't help either that, like, the way he was portrayed when he got brought back
Yeah,
is
which is what they're talking about, but I mean that's not it doesn't reflect poorly on him because he was like super great in that role.
hey, that
It's really fun and good.
the next time I bring a
Go
shoot
watch
match,
that stuff.
the next time I bring a shoot match on this podcast, it's going to be the Bob Backlund UWF stuff.
Let's go.
Like, that's that. I'm just saying that now. There's no way that is,
Could bring a big bloodbath punching match.
dude. Bob Backlund,
Bob
man.
Backlund's great, yeah. That's crazy.
I'm upset.
What's the score, Brady?
It is fucking Dom 7, you 5, me fucking 0. It's
Fuck you!
I'm honestly mad because for the first time I actually knew it.
You guys
That's how
start
I
speaking
felt.
up. Yeah.
That's how I felt last time.
Yeah. You guys gotta start speaking up, baby.
I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna let him finish the review, and then Dom
No, you
said,
can't do that. That's why I say it's like
"That's
Scholars Bowl. Like when you know you got to go, baby,
dude."
because we
Dom,
don't have
as soon as
buzzers.
Dom went, I know it. I went, I can't.
You,
Yeah,
I'm how
your
but
do I,
you're
mouth,
you're
your mouth
walking up.
is a
You're
yeah.
walking a tightrope because you want a little bit more information to confirm it,
yeah, because you got
100%.
when
but you don't want to be. Yeah,
you were getting to the technical part, and I knew as soon as you started talking technical, I was like,
yeah.
okay, 90% sure this is Bob Backlund now, but like I was gonna let you finish. Yeah,
Nah, bro. I knew it, baby.
it's all right. What Ethan wanted us to bring up was what if Wolverine was Jewish and had a circumcision? How would that work? Well, he's Wolverine.
Ooh.
He wasn't always Wolverine, Ethan. He became a mutant,
Yeah,
right?
but what? But when he turns into Wolverine, does he go ahead and regenerate that Phantom
So,
foreskin?
as the comic guy, that's not something he could turn off. Yeah, if he had a circumcision, not anymore. I feel like that shit would have grown back
Yeah,
now.
Thank you, Dom,
That's
for
just
that
how.
expert
That's how.
analysis.
That's his mutant powers. It was originally the bone claws and the base healing power, and then
yeah.
that's all boosted by the adamantium coating his bones. I'm telling you.
Right.
So yes, I've thought about this before. He would have
You've thought
foreskin.
about this in depth?
Yes, because no, not in depth, but some
And
people have
and
asked
guy,
me
if you have
before.
any questions about comic book characters' foreskin or anything,
Anything, come to
hey,
me.
shoot them to us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We would love
honestly,
to. We would love to
we
discuss.
or
will discuss the science and
or
the science, the math,
or if you're
everything.
really curious about like some more questions you could maybe be asked for you to ponder, hit up Ethan at Four Pillars of Hell on Twitter.
Yeah,
or go post it in the comments section of some of his YouTube videos.
yeah. Ruin all of his shit with
With
foreskin
foreskin.
comic characters.
uh,
Would Ghost Rider's foreskin be fire
if
and
this was
bone?
monetized, it would be getting demonetized.
Oh, for sure. We just grossed out all 5 of our fans. Sorry, guys.
You should post a clip on Twitter. It might get a boost.
Hey,
Yeah.
we get a solid like 40.
Elon Musk will be like, "Wait, what are they talking about?"
No, why we got a solid watching about.
Dude, no,
I'm a big fan.
we have about roughly I don't know how many people are listening on Apple. Obviously the one that gets to see them their analytics, but
And I've never looked at it, so check it out.
I stopped looking at YouTube's and
I just
Spotify's.
assume there are 9 people listening to this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to assume that, like, even
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
we become, king of the world, or as I was saying before we
we
started
smoke.
recording the podcast, and I
I,
become
I don't see that in the cards, but we'll watch a lot of good matches.
yeah, if like I was saying before the pod, if I get to be the best wrestling podcast host ever in the world, bar none, like like somebody said last night, and yeah, that's that's really the only way this goes, right? Is up. I think. I mean, what
Unless down, I mean,
Or it could flame out. It could just fizzle out slowly.
if File Under Fire flames out,
It could be horrible.
that's on brand, honestly.
yeah, yeah. Dom
Oh,
lost
I'm
interest.
still having fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
I'm
I'm
having
If
having
fun.
so
even if
much
we're
fun.
the only 3 people that listen
Yeah,
to it, I'm good with it.
I didn't even listen to last week's episode yet, so I,
I
Suck.
can't
No.
listen to my own voice, so I just
yeah, I get it. It's weird for me too. It helps that my honestly, I kind of like that my mic quality is different than my actual voice because it
hmm.
helps to listen back. Um,
That's fair. That's
last,
fair.
I do want to get to this before I forget again. Last week we didn't give out the dude of the week because I completely forgot that that was something we did. The week before that we didn't give it out, and then we just said like retroactive, like, oh yeah, it's Ethan because he was the guest. Um,
Hmm.
this week, uh, or last week, I just forgot that that was a seg we did when I was making the format, and so week 9, man, that's crazy. Next week is 10 episodes of this podcast. That's kind of crazy.
Yay!
Um, this week it is Jay is our dude of the week. Immortan Jay, Battle Fever
Yes.
Jay.
He always helps you out with cool movies and lucha
Dude,
and fight.
watch
He's the best.
he has so many cool movie recs. He watches a lot of really good wrestling, and he's like a big fight guy too. Really cool. Uh,
Yeah, Jay's the man.
really
He's got great taste.
fun guy to talk to. Yeah. So you are the dude of the week, Jay. Real cool. Um, other than that, is there anything we missed, guys, that you wanna get talking about?
What'd you say?
Says
Read the Yard blog.
yeah, read
Oh, that's on me. Yeah.
I know,
yeah,
again, it's the same 9 people that
read
listen are reading it. Although there's obviously.
Just farted.
read the yard blog. Go read that random dude's blog that is writing reviews like about some of the matches that they cover on the yard blog, but he's not just repeating the reviews in Spanish. He is watching the matches and making his own reviews, which honestly I think is kind
That
of, if
rules.
anything, that's
Yeah, they're pretty funny, but I do, for real though, I'm the Yard blog is great.
the yard blog is great.
Fun.
Um,
And I'm not saying that because I'm a part of it. It's
Of course.
you got to,
Ethan and Simon and Brock
and
and John.
I think is this week the week you guys are doing the pod stuff?
Yes, next week, starting Monday.
Yeah, so same day
The day this comes out,
1 o'clock.
noon. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 o'clock
Uh,
Eastern.
We're covering the matches that we talked about on the pod when Ethan was here.
Yeah, so the episode.
So go read some much smarter people than us
Mhm.
Yep.
talk about these matches that we watched.
Yeah, we got a Simon review of Daniel Makabe versus LK 2000, which
I mean, you made him watch some bullshit. I cannot fucking believe this.
listen, uh, I don't follow Simon like on Twitter or anything, but from what I do know,
You should, dude.
I'm not the only person that makes him watch bullshit. I'm just the only
Yeah,
person
but
that's
most people pay for it.
I was gonna say I'm just the only person that got him to watch some bullshit for free, technically.
I mean, what I would if I was him, I would never accept another match from you again. Never again.
Well, he doesn't. Does he know it's me? That's the ultimate crux there, right?
No, he doesn't listen to podcasts.
Also,
He just knows Ethan sent out the
he-
here's the matches we're doing because Ethan is
Yeah.
the mastermind.
and even if he knew it was me, I mean, if I pay him to review a match, he'll do anything. So
Don't be nice to Simon. Simon's cool.
he is cool, but
Don't do
like
that to him.
Don't pay him to watch bullshit, please.
I'm gonna pay him to review the Steen Generico match.
He's already reviewed that.
I'm sure, yeah.
And I know for
It's
a fact
probably a
that he
3-star.
doesn't like it. So
Oh, never mind then.
Hey, I get
that
it.
has come up.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys were probably talking about it. So I understand. I get it. It's a good match, I promise. I'll bring the
Check
ladder
out
war
File
one.
Under Fire episode, whatever that was.
I think it was
7,
6. No.
6.
Yeah, because we did that episode, then we did the backyard episode, and then last week, and then this week. I remember these all.
I think that would make it 7, but I don't care. Dom, do
N-
math.
No, because this is 9. So
Fuck.
last week was 8.
Oh,
Yard
okay,
was
okay, my
7.
bad. I thought you said this was 10.
No. Next week is 10, which is kind of.
Okay.
We've done 10. We've done 9 episodes now, which is insane.
Well, I quit.
Yeah, sure.
There it goes.
This is the final episode, guys.
File Under
Thank you for
Fire
watching.
canceled.
It's been real.
Yeah, it's been real. We have made the decision now.
Yeah.
This is over.
Yeah,
Live
we're
on pod.
retiring.
Mhm.
Terry Funk style.
Yep.
Forever.
And we'll be back next week.
Forever.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.